In today's lesson, we'll be learning about the y-intercept with a focus on graphs. A linear relation can be represented by two different types of equations. However, these two equations mean exactly the same thing. Instead of rate of change, we're going to be using the word slope, which is represented by the variable of m. And instead of using initial value, we're going to be calling it the y-intercept, and this is represented by the variable of b. In our first example, we have a graph. You can see that this is the x-axis over here, and this is the y-axis over there. Well, how do I find the y-intercept, also known as the initial value? Well, it is called the y-intercept for a reason. It is where your line intercepts the y-axis. And it looks like they intercept one another at the number 2. Therefore, the y-intercept is 2. Or in other words, it's the value of y when x is 0. In our second example, we have a graph. This is the x-axis, while this is the y-axis. In order to find the y-intercept, I need to see where my line intercepts the y-axis. That is why it's called a y-intercept. It appears that they intercept one another at the number -5. Therefore, the y-intercept is -5. Or, in other words, it's the value of y when x is 0. In our third example, we have another graph. This would be the x-axis, and this would be the y-axis. To find the y-intercept, I need to see where my line intercepts my y-axis. That's why it's called a y-intercept. It looks like they intercept one another at the number -2. Therefore, the y-intercept is -2. Or, in other words, it's the value of y when x is 0.